Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Tonio. Hello. Nice to meet you. Um, I wanted to hop on again. I just recorded a video, but there's so many things coming through, and I'm very excited. And there is there's this idea of giving yourself the keys to your own self, like giving yourself the keys to your own house, to your own. There is and this relates to the last message that I shared, but there is a welcome home type of feeling in there where you allow yourself to come back home to yourself and feel that weightlessness. There's also a trust in that. There's a trust in entering, in allowing yourself to let yourself be, and let whatever thoughts, whatever feelings, whatever things that come up. And this really relates to the like nurturing yourself and the internal systems that you gather, how you speak to yourself, what you say to yourself when you're feeling down or when things are coming up that you need to process or that are asking you to process. There's a little knock on the door, so to speak, asking you like asking if it can come in, and it can be scary. It can be super, super scary, to kind of like open the door to a strange part of yourself, of a part of you that, it's almost like a veiled. Oh my god, I'm getting this movie so strongly, and I grew up in horror movies, y'all, and I love me a horror movie, and not in every single space now. Like before, I was very much into horror movies, all day every day. Like I still am, and like love horror movies, but I think there's what I want to focus on is the representation of certain dynamics in horror movies and things that we're afraid of. It's fear, and honestly, it's fear of the unknown. In many ways, it's the fear of what is behind the door, and like what is behind the door. It's Let the Right One In, that movie, or Let Me In or something like that, and it's like the knock on the door in the middle of the night sometimes is yourself. And when we're talking about this internal landscape, there is a knock at the door of your own house, and there is there it is, the giving yourself the keys to your own house, letting yourself come back to yourself, to your temple, to your fortress, to your queendom, your kingdom, your place of royalty, letting yourself come back home to yourself. And sometimes we're inside that house, or we can be outside. It can be a reflection. It can be either or. I can be outside the door begging myself to come home to me, and just asking, and just like being like hello. And then inside the house, I'm also there, and I'm like, oh my god, what is that? I'm scared. What is happening? I'm scared. And then like maybe the voice on the other end is like all muffled, and like it's really like it's like brings up this fear in you. Like there's a ton of horror movies that echo on that kind of fear. It's the fear of like what is beyond that door, what is behind that door, and is it really coming for my life? And I think that when we go internally and we try to focus on ourselves, and we try to focus on like what are the places inside of us, and like, okay, coming back to giving yourself the keys to come home, And I gave this analogy in the previous video, but it's like when you're knocking on that door and you are when you're knocking, just got distracted by this car. But when you're knocking on this door and that fear comes up and like, but then you realize it was just you. It was just you. It was a part of you. It was a part of you that was outside and scared and afraid and just asking to come home and asking to be welcomed, into your own arms and to be welcomed into a space of I'm home. It's this breathing. Oh my God. And I love the nature feel. Just hearing the crickets, and just the wind through the trees. Okay. Let me just breathe. That feeling. There's a resonance there. There's a being in it. There's a deep breath. There is a and I think that's like the keys to your own house, to your own kingdom, to your own fortress are priceless. They are everything. They are everything that you could have ever wanted and needed and that you've always asked for. Everything within you that you have always asked for. And it's like you're just on the precipice of that. And it really is to just be. And be like, what happened, baby? It's like the part of yourself that's knocking on the door, and it's like, what happened? It's like checking in with yourself. There's this therapy, and I'm please, like, if anybody wants to give more information on what this is, because I know very surface level of this therapy, but there's some things that I retain that that are relevant and that are significant to that, and it is the internal family systems. And it's like it's like building a voice within yourself that nurtures yourself, that is receptive, that is sensitive, that is able to sit in a moment with you and receive whatever that you are feeling right now and experiencing right now, and whatever is coming up, and whatever, like, it's like when you sit still in some water and you let yourself float, and you are the water technically, but you're floating on the water, and then the bubbles from your subconscious start coming up, and it's like, whoa, what's surfacing right now? This is scary. It's another unknown thing. It's a horror movie. It's Jaws. It's anything. It's the deep. It's fear, and that's a resonance, right? There is a fear in that, and in many ways that fear has been a part of our conditioning and programming as humans, and just survival and just living, that oftentimes can extend too far beyond the actual physical threats and the actual physical fear. And we can oftentimes fear parts of ourselves that are so essential in feeling out and experiencing, so that it can come up to the surface, and then we're like, oh, this was there all along, and it was just me. And it's like, now I see more of me, and now there is a receptivity and a sensitivity to that. And that's kind of like giving yourself the keys to your own home. If you are the temple, what are you letting yourself come in? Are you letting yourself come home to yourself? Are you letting yourself be at home in yourself? And there is a significant resonance in that. I feel that in an importance in learning and that's in learning how to do that, and learning how to receive yourself, and learning how to receive the parts of you that might have been really difficult to process and let ingest and let yourself into yourself. that's where the internal family systems come in, because I believe that what that therapy really strives to like build within you is an understanding of the voices within us and how we treat ourselves, how we come home to ourselves. It's like how would a mom that you felt loved by, that how would a mom that really let's come on baby, come here baby, or it's not gender, it's really about nurturing. It's really about how do we nurture ourselves, and how do we, I'm just using mother because that's like the associated thing, but it really that's the binary, right? That's like the separation, which is moving past that really, because really it's the nurturer part of ourselves. It's the coach. It is the loving ourselves. It's the when I'm beat and broken and tired and I've been feeling so many things, and I've been really just going through life and experiencing these emotions of things, and just feeling like the waves are just taking me places, and I get hit by a few rocks in the wave, and I'm just like, damn, I'm over here bleeding on the fucking out here, and I'm just tired, and that's how it can really feel. And then you come home to yourself, and then you get it's like giving yourself a blanket, and it's like knocking on that door to your own temple, to your own fortress, and having the part of you that represents this nurturer, this part of you that really supports yourself and moves yourself and pushes yourself and loves yourself and heals yourself and mends yourself and puts some band-aids on your wounds, and puts it's like building that part of yourself up, so that you can start being that archetype, that force within you. It's a force. It's an essence within you. It's an essence of nurturing, of taking care of yourself, of letting yourself just come into your arms and be like, "What happened, baby? Are you okay? Are you okay, sweetheart? I know. What happened? What happened? Are you okay? I want to know what happened. And tell me. And then the part of you that's just coming home crying and just oh my God, it was this and this and that, and it was this person doing this to me, and then I got and then this, and then really it's oftentimes and then at a certain point, when we're out of some type of really dangerous scenario, where oftentimes that fearful dynamic is necessary because it helps save us and it helps protect us in some ways when there's a physical threat, right? And that's a part of us that is necessary in some ways, and then the thing is that can leave such a long-lasting impact on you, especially when it's something that reoccurs. It's like trauma. It's like having your basic needs not met, and being in a survival state constantly. When that happens too often, and when we feel that, and then even when it doesn't happen, and even like trauma doesn't have to be a long lasting thing, but the effects of it, the scenario, the instance, what the trauma consisted of can sometimes be in a blink of an eye, sometimes can be so fast, but it leaves such a resonance with us because it was painful. It makes us constricted. It makes us small. It makes us fearful. It makes us scared of treacherous, coming out into a treacherous road. And I just gave this symbolism, which I'm so glad, because I was just driving, and I'm so glad to be parked now, because now I can get it out finally. But it's I gave it's like Halloween Town. I don't know if anybody's ever watched. I mean, obviously many people have, but if you haven't, there is the grandma's purse, and it's like this endless purse that like you reach inside of it and boop, it's like an umbrella. It's like a 4-course meal. It's like it's anything. It's anything. It's the possibilities are endless. I loved that movie as a kid, and it's like going back to the inner child. The possibilities can be endless when but you won't ever know. So that's what it is. It's the fearful parts of ourselves can look at that bag and be afraid of what's inside of it. But what if what's inside of it is what you've been asking for all along? It's what you have been waiting for. It's that 4-course meal, but I didn't go outside to get it. Like it was like that the berries on this bush. It was this tree that I'm looking at right now. It's the sound of the crickets outside. It's this Jigglypuff. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love Jiggly, but Jigglypuff is really resonant for me in many, because like it resonates with me because first of all I sing and I just love Jigglypuff. I cannot, I love Jigglypuff, but it really is. Okay, whoa, see? Okay, that excitement though, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling very excited. I'm feeling very like, woo! But there's an adventurous part of ourselves. There's a part of ourselves that wants to be free. There's a part of ourselves that wants to be free in our skin, and you can, and like, you are and you can. There's a freedom there. Like, I'm not in danger right now. So, that's what it is. I'm not in danger right now. I don't need to be fearful. I don't need to be afraid that there's a bear behind me. I don't need to be afraid that I'm going to be, traumatized again in ways of my past. And that's the pervasive, insidious part of trauma and pain, just in general. Pain in general, needing to mend your wounds. Like, it's different when I get a little cut on my body, because I can mend my wounds, right? It looks like I heal. It doesn't affect me anymore in the present moment. But when we have trauma and pain and triggers, it can last. It can have a resonance. It can be something that even when I just want to sit here and be like, hey, what's up? Even when I want to sit here and be free, it can take that from me. And the thing is that sometimes it was that external force that took that from us, but then we take it from ourselves. It's something that internally then we can't find that place of let me breathe. Let me breathe in this moment. Let me just rest and relax. Let me let myself into my own house. Let me open the door. Let me give that kid a key so that they don't have to wait for me to come in. They can just come in because it's theirs. Their temple is their house. And let them come home to themselves. Let them come home to themselves. Let yourself come home to yourself. What does that feel like? What does that smell like? What does that bring up in you? How do you just sit here and just breathe? Do you want some hot chocolate right now because you had a long day and you're just letting yourself do that? Like, it's like you kept yourself outside for so long that the one thing that this kid needs right now is a little hug. So you're hugging yourself. Is a little, like, let's sit on the couch and just not do anything physically or mentally, anything hard. And nothing has to be hard, right? But it's like sometimes when you just let yourself come back into your own house, Sometimes it is like, oh my God, bitch, I'm tired. Let me just breathe for a second. Let me just like take this moment to breathe. And when you let yourself do, like you let yourself be, you let yourself lay down, you let yourself breathe in this moment. You ask that kid part of yourself, what happened, baby? Are you okay? What is it? Is your favorite thing right now is a strawberry? Okay, let me get you. I have strawberries in the fridge. Let me get you something nice to eat, and let me like take care of you, and let me you're like you look beaten up right now. Let yourself recover. Let yourself recover and rest and feel it. And when you do, then we can get you a new pair of shoes so you can start running around the house again or running outside. And then we can then we can like figure out like some steps to like some things that we can give to ourselves again, so that we are ready to go outside again. So we are ready to go outside and traverse our path, so that we are ready to feel free again and have those walls taken down of I am so hyper vigilant. I can't do this right. I can't. And it's painful, right? It's that part of you that felt that way. It's just letting yourself come home to yourself. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. I did not realize that I kept that home locked out of myself for so long, or for this many days. And that kid has been banging on that door, just asking and begging and just being like, please let me in. Like, I'm scared. I have not been home in a long time, and now I don't have any shoes. I'm bleeding. And then all of a sudden that door opens and you fall into your own arms, and you're like, whoa, what happened, baby? What happened? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. That really, really hurt. I bet that hurt. I'm so sorry. Let me get you some tea. Let me get you some hot chocolate. Let me get you a good old movie with some pillows and blankets. And let me get you that. And just be right now. We can just chill and maybe like hug and like just like hang out. And you can tell me whatever your heart desires. Please, I want you to, please. And if you don't want to right now, that's okay. If all you want right now is a little nap and you just want to sleep, go ahead. Because when you let yourself rest and recover and do that, then you can give yourself certain parts of yourself back. Then you can give yourself the shoes, some shoes that you had in the closet that you haven't worn in a while. And you're like, okay, these are the shoes that I'm going to wear today. And now I'm excited because now I can go outside and I can experience something new, and I can see that child's eyes light up again. There's a reason why kids bring us so much joy. There's a reason why there is so much joy that comes from that ability to look at the world as this priceless oyster full of possibilities and full of adventure and full of joy. And that's why kids are the biggest innovators, architects, like creators, because they believe, and there's a part of you that believes that like might have been locked outside and afraid and hurt and in pain and just begging and asking and knocking on the door and being like, okay, I want to come home now. That's why that home is so important. That safety is so important. Safety in our body, safety in ourselves, safety in our minds. There is an importance with that. And that is such a gift. Those keys are a gift. Getting the keys to your own house is a gift. So you are giving yourself the keys to your own house. You are letting yourself come home to yourself and be free and whole and loved and supported and nurtured. And you're going to knock on that door when there's a part of you that is afraid and in pain. And you're just going to let yourself in. And you're going to be like, hi, baby. That's such a gift to give yours to yourself. And you deserve that. You deserve that. We deserve that. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being here. And thank you for being you. And I wish you all the best peace, love, and blessings. Thank you.